The next day,
Right, my first ever attempt at rehanging an axe, okay? I know it's never going to be perfect. My first one, I believe these take just practice and practice and doing again and again. Doing your best, putting it on, taking it to the woods, snapping it off because you're not good enough, and then having to do it again. I know that. I'm trying to get that in my head. So I've done my best. It's not quite finished, obviously. Everything's still quite sharp on the corners and it's not been sanded, but that's because, as per usual, the holidays have flown away from me, and I'm going camping tomorrow, so it needs to be done today. So I've just got it roughly shaped, and I think I'll do a little bit more with the rasp, and then honestly I'll have my knives in the wood so I can sit by the fire and do little whittling bits and work it down closer to perfect there. My priority today was to get the handle roughly shaped and get the head fixed on permanently. To that end, I have just tapped it on nice and firm. It is seated quite nicely around the bottom. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm also fairly happy with how much contact I've got inside the eye. I'd say 80% of the shaft is contacting the inside of the eye, which is what we want. Or, well, ideally we'd have 100%, but 80 I'll take for my first go. What I'm not so happy with is the gaps around the top edge of the eye. I obviously tapered off the top end of the shaft too much, and I was debating putting an oak wedge in there, and I thought it's a very slender eye, it's probably not a good idea, but looking at it I think I might give it a go, and probably unwisely I'm going to attempt to do that with the head fitted. I think I should probably saw the slot for the wedge with the head removed, but I've just rammed the head on now, and I don't really want to take it off because every time I do I have to hammer the thing off because it's nice and tight, but then that damages my newly carved shaft. So I think I'm going to run the chisel down that to put a split in it, try and ram a piece of oak in there, and then I've got a circular wedge as well to hammer into the top. So we shall see, we shall see. Overall, the worst bit's been this bottom bit splitting off. I guess that's just the piece of ash I selected, though. It's got a knot down here at the bottom. I thought it wouldn't matter, but evidently I don't know. What could I have done? It was just from where I've been hammering it, using inertia to hammer the handle into the head. Sod it, I'm going to take the head off and cut the slit for the wedge. I suppose I should be happy that it's this difficult to get off, because it means it's a nice slow fit, but there we go. Okay, wish me luck. There's the slit I cut. Here's my wedge. First job, refit the handle into the head. Drive it home as straight as I can. Smash my hand on the last one. To allow the wedge in further, I'm also going to trim a slither off the end here. Then hopefully persuade a little bit of glue. Don't think it's going to actually. It's very tight in there. Recut off the excess. Stay at that, look what I did with the mallet. That's ideal for going camping tomorrow. Anyway, that's what it's looking like, which I'm not too displeased with. I would have liked to have got some wood glue in there, but it was a very slim gap. It wasn't really gonna fit. I've also got this conical wedge that I could put back in. It was in there before, but I might take it with me and then use Aaron's axe if I need to hammer it in. But I think for starters, I'm gonna try it like this and see what happens. So there we go, my first attempt at an axe. Obviously it's not finished yet, but overall so far pretty pleased with it. So thank you very much for watching. If you want to see it being tested and probably broken, watch the next video where I will be in the woods. So I shall see you then. Goodbye.